Hello.
I'm Nair.
And Bella.
And we are Perspective.
And today we're going to be doing a review of Faraway Paladin.
We're doing this because we reached 200 subscribers.
Thank you.
Very much so. And
it was suggested to us.
By a commenter.
I was going to say by you. All right.
So we wanted to give it a try. So let's start with what we thought before we watched it. What did you think, Bella?
I have faith in the YouTube community for whatever reason that it was actually going to be something I was going to enjoy and that it wasn't going to be sad, and it had magic and the art was really good. Animation was pretty top notch. I mean, yeah, fantasy, anime, boom. Probably going to like it.
It's true. So my thought was just a holy night from a faraway land. Literally, that was all I got from it. As far as the name and what I expected. I mean, obviously I expected fantasy too, but that was it.
It wasn't a hard anime to find, luckily, so that was part of the reason we chose it. English dubbed, which, you know.
We watch English dubbed, we're not sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I would watch some if I had the time to only sit and watch anime, but I have other things I need to do while I'm watching anime, whether it's drawing, going through the bills. I'm doing something. So a lot of times I'm listening even if I miss some visuals, but I definitely do not have time to stare at the screen unerringly, and I am not bilingual at all in any sense, unfortunately. You know, I could be if I tried, maybe. Probably not. I barely speak English.
We've noticed. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. For me, it's just that I either focus on their faces and what's happening on the screen, or I focus on the words. I'm not good at focusing on both. It just doesn't work for me.
You want to know something really weird, though? If I'm watching a show in English, I always have subtitles on. Mm-hmm. And if I don't have subtitles, I feel like I can't hear. Isn't that really weird? That's really weird. That's contradictory. My brain doesn't make sense, and I want to say that's okay, but, you know.
I wear glasses, and if I have my glasses off, I feel like I can't hear people. And I don't know if that's because I watch their mouth move and their body language and get some of what they intend that way. But yeah, I feel like I can't hear people without my glasses.
Her brain doesn't work. Anyway, back to the anime. So that was what we thought before. Pretty much some general ideas about it coming into it. And then what did you think a few episodes in? What were your first impressions?
I mean, I liked it well enough. I wasn't super enthusiastic about it.
She watched 3 episodes and then tried not to finish it. Don't let her fool you. I had to nag her into finishing it, and she was like, it's just not that engaging, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I was going to finish it. No matter what, I was going to finish it because that's what we had intended with the commenter suggesting it and us saying we were going to do it. But yeah, it did take me a little bit to finish it. Some anime, like Kono to Tamare, I go in and I'll watch tons of it right away, 1 season and a half in a night, a day. And then there's other anime that I get like 4 episodes in and I'm like, I'm going to forget about this one. Not that I mean to, it's just it doesn't stick with me and it's hard to go back. But this one kind of did that for me. But I did watch the rest of it and I did like it. I did. The beginning of it really reminded me of Mushoku Tensei. I don't know if that's how you say it. Just the whole, like, afterlife and being reincarnated and having a previous life that they weren't happy about.
And remembering their previous life.
Well, he didn't remember as much in this one, but still remembering part of it and remembering that you weren't happy with it and that this is a second chance. And coming into this world as a baby and it being a magical world, which you weren't used to before, and all that stuff.
That is true. Not getting reincarnated as an adult, which, you know, is like a lot of isekai. They come in and they're already adults, but having to start over as a baby and being raised by monsters. That seems derogatory. It's not.
Yeah. But anyways, so what did you think of it once you were a few episodes in?
I think the notes that I wrote were pretty generic. I did fall asleep during the first episode when we first tried to watch it, but in my defense, I was really tired. But yeah, my first impressions were just, I thought it was going to be like a romantic anime.
And it's really not.
It's really not. It's more like family bonds, and I always really appreciate animes or shows that highlight that familial bonds do not always equal blood bonds. Because his mother and father
and granddaddy,
and granddad, they're not even related to each other and not officially married. They are literally the undead. But they serve him as a family unit and pass on their
abilities,
surname to him. And like you said, they pass on their knowledge and traditions on to him. Gus hoarding money and
even though Will doesn't really
financial
take that
gain,
yeah.
And wizardry, and then you get the sword play from Blood and the
God worship.
Yeah, religion.
Yeah, there you go.
Religion from Mary. So it really goes to show it's not just who you were born, but who you were raised by, and I always really appreciate that.
Nurture over nature.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing that was similar with Mushoku Tensei is that they're both geniuses, obviously because they have the knowledge from a previous life and the experience from a previous life, especially in Mushoku Tensei. But I did appreciate that he kept failing when he was fighting Stagnate, that he kept losing.
And he lost against Blood in their big fight.
Yeah. And I just appreciate that despite him being this prodigy, that he did lose. It wasn't just immediate like, oh, I win. Although a lot of the show is him winning. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, it is. And he is pretty OP. I mean, he literally chokeholds a dragon. So, Wyvern? Maybe it was Wyvern. Yeah. So, yeah, pretty prodigy-esque. I thought it was pretty original, especially in the first season. It had a lot of original content. I mean, were there some tropes? Yeah, there were. Of course there are. It's anime. Nothing's completely original in any kind of folklore or art form, really. But protecting against the High King and an undead city that they guarded against, living in the ruins of humans and growing up with no other humans. So it was a lot of original ideas. I mean, there's lots of folklore out there about being raised by creatures, monsters, etc., but I thought the first season was very original, and then the second season, not that it really detracted from it for me, but very Lord of the Rings-esque, as far as the dwarves, the dragons reclaiming their home. You can tell that the writer was very heavily influenced by Lord of the Rings, and that showed up a lot. Not that I hated that. I mean, classic folklore literature that I'm a fan of. So, obviously, I'm not super upset. But, yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty typical for me. That's why when they first meet, I think Mendel was his name. The elf, I was just like, okay, he's very elfy.
I'm surprised you weren't really gaga over him because he's very pretty.
Oh, yeah, he's a pretty boy, yeah. Pretty boy isn't all it takes to be my guy.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't quite mean enough. He didn't quite hate humanity enough.
I mean, he was pretty like that, though. Especially in the
that's
beginning.
true.
Yeah, especially then.
That didn't last long enough. If it would have lasted a few seasons, then, Nair might have, got interested.
It very much reminded me of D&D again, but it's following Lord of the Rings, right? As far as the elf who's a half-elf who doesn't belong on either side. I've played a half-elf who doesn't belong on either side with the elves or with the humans. So that's what it kind of made me think of immediately. But as Bello said, it is very much Lord of the Rings as well.
Dash of Forgotten Realms in there, But I love that with Freerin and with this one, Delicious in Dungeon. I love that two of my great loves, folklore, like English folklore, Scandinavian folklore, all of that is sort of leaking into anime now. That the two things are intermingling. And I love it. I'm here for it. I'm with it all day long.
Gotcha. I feel you. I mean, I like when they do their own thing more, but I do like the references, and I don't mind them taking from classics and kind of putting their own twist on it.
What would be an anime that you think like was very original? Like didn't pull from folklore from somewhere? I mean, you have like Oh My Goddess, that you see a lot of like 90s technology is what it makes me think of. And then Oriental folklore, like the goddesses and everything. But then you also have this whole world that's like in technology and in the phone system. But then the goddesses and demons, cats scare demons and stuff. And I guess that's an Egyptian folklore too. But I feel like it's in a lot of anime, but that, you know, historically or most usually in the past, animes pull from the artist's culture and background, which a lot of times Japanese anime, they're going to pull from Japanese culture.
Yeah, I know. And some do that more than others. My honest first thought, which you're not going to like, while it does pull from angels and demons, it doesn't so much pull from Japanese culture as Devilman Crybaby. Just that being one that doesn't have the typical storyline with things that you are very
Titty
familiar
monsters.
with. Anyway, that you're very familiar with, okay? It takes a different spin on it. Although, to be fair, I don't know how much it relates to the other Devilman productions, because there are a lot of them, and I have no idea about any of the others. So forgive me if it's just like very much the same and I'm just talking out my butt.
Are you talking about Devil May Cry like that?
No.
Is that where it's pulled from?
No, there's Devilman like this and that for all kinds of things. Like it's been going on since like the 80s. Yeah. I honestly, when I first started Devilman Crybaby, as I said in the video, I thought I wasn't going to get it. I thought there was going to be a lot of nods to old ones. I thought it was going to be overplayed and just not that great. And then it was this totally amazing thing. And I have no idea how it relates to the others. As I said, I don't know. But that's just one that I think of. Because like even as she was saying, like one of my other favorites, Fruits Basket, does have the Zodiac. And that plays a huge part. So that's definitely connected to fantasy lore or folklore or whatever you want to say. But anyway, so back to Faraway Paladin again.
Yeah, like I said, I've been digging the delving into English folklore. What was the other one we watched that was very much like...
Ancient Bride.
Yes, Ancient Magus Bride. Yeah, loved it. Loved the backgrounds, the art and everything. English cottages done in a Japanese animation style. It was very fun. So I've been really liking the trend that we've seen anime spinning these different cultures into it. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the art style. I enjoyed that it wasn't just another romance anime, you know? But it wasn't just all fight scenes and the next big battle. Yes, you have that. I mean, is there a good fantasy anime that doesn't have good fight scenes?
I'm thinking.
Nair's trying to actually think of one.
Yeah, because my first thought was Fruits Basket, but then I'm like, no, because they fight each other.
The fight scenes aren't that great in Fruits Basket, but Fruits Basket is one of her 10s. Feel free to judge her.
Oh my god. But anyway, I was also going to say with the Faraway Paladin, I thought I was going to like the first season better than I liked the second season. I just liked how it focused on him, and it was kind of different in certain ways. And then it was like, oh, now he's got a whole realm to take care of. And I didn't know how I was going to feel about it. And it did become very Lord of the Rings. And so it wasn't very unique to me anymore. I liked the first season for its uniqueness better. But I did actually rate the second season higher than I did the first season.
Why was that? Why did you rate you just
know.
liked it better?
I don't know.
I think it was slow going for you to get into it. I think you watched the first few episodes and it does take a little bit to grab you, because I felt that way too when I watched the first 3 episodes, but then once I got past episode 4 or 5, I was very much hooked and ended up binge watching the rest of it pretty quickly. But it took me a little while to sort of get pulled into it. But overall, I rated it probably an 8.5. I know I say that all the time, I feel like.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's pretty high. Like,
the first season and the second season, you both gave it 8.5?
I would probably rate the first season higher. Like you said, it was more original. I don't mind that it pulled from Lord of the Rings a lot, but I guess I felt like I knew what was going to happen more. Even though you did worry, like, oh, is he really going to die? And then I kind of thought, like, what if he comes back as, like, an undead creature?
Mm-hmm.
Even though, I don't know, he's a paladin, so... for the goddess of death, basically. So I guess he wouldn't have been reborn a creature. But I did have that thought, like, what if he comes back like a skeleton or mummy or ghost? You know,
Mm-hmm.
Mix of all three. What is that? I don't know.
I don't know, scary.
Yeah. Horrifying creature. But yeah, I'm interested to see season 3. I want to know where it goes. Now that he's, like, spoiler alert, part dragon. Now, like, been forged in the fires of Dragon's Breath. Where they take it with season 3.
Because I felt like that. I was wondering, when is this going to go south? Like, watching it throughout, and I'm like, okay, and he keeps fixing everything, and he keeps fixing everything, and yeah, Blood and Mary did get taken away, but that was the only bad thing that really happened, and you kind of had to have some of that, but beyond that, nothing really didn't work out for him in the end. So I was waiting for it to kind of go south for him. Which with the dragon thing, it did. A bit.
Yeah, guys, you don't cry every single episode. So, is it even a good animated air? Obviously not.
That's not what I meant, like, where's the crying part? I just meant, like, where is it going to go bad? Like, where's the mess up? Like, when is he going to... Which he did lose it in the valley when they were getting their butts handed to them. His friends were. He kind of... lost it, but he got it back pretty quick, and so it wasn't. I do
within
wonder,
an episode. Yeah,
I do wonder if the third season, where he does have that dragon part of him, if he will start to lose his perfect humanity, but perfect paragonness, if you will,
like not being able to be defeated.
Well, that, but also just being this perfect guy with all the solutions, who fixes everything for everyone every time.
Yeah, I get that.
Not that I dislike the winning, but I just kept feeling like it's going to go south at some point. Because it usually does. That's part of how the story goes. I did think they kind of defeated the dragon a little easy.
Really?
Yeah. As much as they built it up, I just kind of felt like it was a little too easy. Just a little. Just a little.
Literally got set on fire. Like, whole body burned to a crisp. They had to summon a dwarven undead army.
No, still too easy. Maybe the fight just needed to last a little longer for me to feel better about it.
I mean, we did grow up in the age of Dragon Ball Z where a fight lasted. A good fight lasted 20 episodes, guys. I mean...
At least.
I mean, I'm looking at you, Cell Games. Like...
Well, that, and I was thinking even just Frieza, like, now he's dead, now he's back, now he's dead, now he's back. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
Can't get rid of him. So, Bella said what she rated it. I haven't said what I rated it. First season, I rated a 7. The second season, don't hate me, but I rated it a 7.75.
Really? Wow.
It just wasn't quite an 8 for me, okay?
Oh my god.
But it was
so a 7.5 was too low?
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Hence 7.75.
Because you were like, oh, the first season is a 7.5. So the second season wasn't quite that good.
No, this first season was a 7. She's like, it makes even less sense now.
Yeah. I apologize.
On behalf.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I am grateful for the suggestion. Mm-hmm. It's definitely something where I'm going to be looking for season 3 and beyond. Mm-hmm. So hopefully when that comes out, we can update you with our thoughts on the next season. And maybe we can, if you guys are interested, go back to some of the more recent seasons of some of the shows we have already covered. Yeah, so we've got a lot of second season reviews to do if you guys are interested in those. Or we could swing in a completely different direction and maybe do a review of another newer anime If you guys are interested in doing that, or maybe you have a completely separate suggestion of something you think we'll like, something you think we'll hate, something you just are interested in seeing our reactions to. And we would love to start a tradition of every 100 doing a suggested anime and at least giving it a shot. I think we usually try to hit 3 episodes to see if we're going to continue an anime fully.
3 or 4.
Yeah, when we try it out. So hit up the comment board with those.
Well, I've also thought about us doing a couple other holy nostalgias. But anyway.
Overall, I would say that was successful. We both enjoyed. And if it sounds like something you'd like, take a peek over and watch it. If you already have, then let us know what you thought. Agree or disagree.
All right, guys, that's about it.
That's all, folks.
Bye-bye now.
See you later.